very much, Count Caller. And first of all, I want to welcome the people from the fire service that are in the gallery and also that were outside the gates of the Dáil earlier on. Many of them had to go home at that time because they were on call tonight in their respective counties. I want to welcome the people that came from County Kerry and, of course, from the rest of the country as well. They're here not because they want to be here, but because they have to be here, Minister. Because they have to make you listen and they have to make this government listen. We see government leaders and ministers go on the television after a tragedy, and what's the first thing they do is they thank the emergency services. Well, it's the same as the nurses, the time that he all stood up and he told people to stand up around the country and start clapping for the nurses. It was probably one of the most insulting, degrading things that was ever done to any sector of society. And it's the exact same thing as the people that are here tonight. They didn't come here tonight to hear us praising them. No such thing. What they came here for was to seek a thing called fair play and fair pay. It's the same as the nurses. Don't mind clapping for them, pay them instead. It's the same with the firemen. Give them a proper, and the retained fire service, give them proper money that they'll be able to live the same as everybody else. They'll be able to have a mortgage the same as everybody else. They'll have the same opportunities of sending children to school as everybody else in every other walk of life. Why should they be treated as second-class citizens? For what reason, I'd like to know. The other thing I'd like to say is that with regard to in rural areas, it is an absolute fact that when an ambulance is called out, also the local fire service should be called out, because in many instances the fire service could be there maybe quicker than the ambulances, because you're after making a right dog's dinner out of the ambulance service by centralising it to a disused fire station above here in Dublin, instead of leaving it being the local localities where it was and where people had a knowledge of the local area and the local geography. But he made a mess of that, and he'll do the same thing with the fire service if he left get away with it, but we won't let him get away with it. And I'm very sorry I omitted at the start to acknowledge the good work done by Sinn Féin and to thank them for bringing this motion here before the Dáil tonight, and I thank them very, very much for that. But finally, in the last couple of seconds I want to pay tribute to the fire service in Kerry, people like Teddy McCarthy, the late Teddy Chubb O'Connor, who walked the highways with us and who served his time as a chief in the Killarglen fire station, and all the other fire people.